Hey everybody, welcome to our chapter 23 problem homework help that we like to do for you guys. We are going to be working on these problems. I'm not going to be going through every single one of them because there are a couple of them that are repeats with the intent to help you guys get some exposure to it so that you guys will learn how to do one, then you can go and do another one, kind of an idea. We're focusing on our flexible budget and doing all of our calculations based on a flexible budget on our different amounts of our units and everything and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start with this one, number 15. Again, I know the camera's right here. My screen's up here and my notes are down here, so I'm going to be kind of doing one of these. This first one, we're on 15, problem 15. That's where we're starting at. Our ones prior to this are all a bunch of multiple choice. There's more multiple choice on this one, and there's more problems on this one because I have found that students get a little confused and jumbled up, and I want to make sure that everybody understands, understands the concepts here. All right, so we have based on a predicted production of 24,600 units, the company's budget's $250,000 of fixed costs and $467,400 of variable costs. If the company actually produces 18,100 units, what are the flexible budget amounts of fixed and variable costs? All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. We'll start with variable costs. Let me pull up my calculator here. Bring it over here. All right, so if our budget for our variable costs was based on 24,600, what we need to do is we need to get this to our variable cost per unit. So we're going to take 467,400 and let's divide it by the number of units we thought we were going to sell. So we're at $19. So let's go ahead and throw 19 bucks in here. All right. So that's kind of should be pretty, straightforward or whatever. Down here, we're going to say fixed costs. Well, fixed costs doesn't vary based on the number of units. So it doesn't matter how much units we make. It's going to be whatever our fixed costs were. So now what we need to do is we need to find out what our total costs are based on the 18,100 units. So we're going to take 18,100 and we're going to multiply it by $19. So we should have 343,900. 343,900, and our fixed cost should still be the same amount. Let's check our work, make sure we did it right. Okay, pretty straightforward, real quick exercise to making sure you understand that with a flexible budget, we got to get it to a per unit basis so that we can calculate it for our current or what we actually produced, because we don't want to compare our costs of producing 18,100 units to a budget where we thought we were going to be producing 24,600 units. That's the whole point of that. All right, a company reports the following for one of its products. So we have direct materials, actual units produced. We have $2 per 2 pounds at $5 per pound. That's what it takes per unit. Actual cost of direct materials used. We're looking for our direct materials variance. So please know that we are not looking for our quantity variance or our price variance. We're simply looking at what our total direct materials variance is. So we're comparing actual quantity and actual price and comparing it to standard quantity and standard price. Our standard quantity is going to be $5 per pound at 2 pounds per. That gives us $10 per unit. That's our standard. So for actual units produced, 50,000, we should have 50,000 times 10, and that's going to give us 500,000. So our direct materials, we actually spent $16,000 more than we should have in our overall variance. So this is going to be unfavorable. Again, I did this by taking 50,000, which was our actual units produced, and we're going to multiply it by our standard quantity and our standard price at $10. Multiply that together. That's going to give us 500,000. We compare it to our actual costs, and it's going to give us a $16,000. We spent $16,000 more on our actual costs for the total number of units we actually produced, and so that's going to be a $16,000 unfavorable variance. All right, now we're going to break this down a little bit more specific. We're going to look here first, and I like to do this right off because I know I get confused too by this, which is also why I have notes. I usually don't have notes, but this one I do only because I don't want to screw this up for you guys, and then you guys are confused and hating life. So we start off with the far left is actual quantity times actual price. Our far right is standard quantity times standard price. Now over here we have the quantity variance, and over here we have the price variance. So our price variance is what's going to change over here, and then comparing over here, it's going to be our quantity variance over here. So we're changing quantity, but we're keeping actual price. Over here, we're keeping our standard quantity, but changing our price. That's how we do that. And I hope you understood that. Okay, actual direct materials used was 390,000 pounds. So that's going to be actual quantity. So we're going to put that over here, 390,000. We actually produced 69,000 units. Let's just verify this. I always want to make sure. Divided by 69,000. So we definitely have an issue here. Actual cost of direct materials used. Oh, it's probably because actual cost of direct materials used. So if we produce, let's go 975,000. Whoops, I missed the 9. And we're going to divide this by our 69,000 units. We're looking at about $14.13 was our actual price. Oh, it wants us to put in our actual cost, and I guess it's going to do that for us. Hang on a sec. Let me just see what they're trying to do here. Okay. Oh, right. Sorry. I'm not looking for this $12 per unit. I'm sorry. That's where I was going wrong. I'm looking for this $3 per unit. That's what we're comparing it to. This is our standard. So our standard cost over here is going to be our standard price is going to be $3. That's what I was messing up. And our standard quantity is 4 pounds per unit. So we should take our 4 pounds times the actual number of units we produce. So our standard quantity should have been 276,000. All right, so there's what we got so far. And then our actual price should be this 250. So here we go. We have 285,000. Which one is this one? Is this our price or our quantity variance? Well, it's our quantity variance because it is changing of the quantity. So we're looking for our direct materials quantity variance. This is our direct materials price variance. That just seems like a lot, but I guess it's right. So this is our, we used a lot more quantity. Wait a minute, I probably put that wrong number in. Actual direct materials used. No, that's right. This is going to be unfavorable because we used more quantity than we were supposed to. And then our direct materials price variance was cheaper than our standard, so this one's going to be favorable. And then this one is just the direct materials, total direct materials variance. And we're going to combine these two, all right? So we have an unfavorable, and we're going to subtract out since we have a favorable, and we have a 447,000 unfavorable. And let's see if I did this right. I'm kind of nervous that maybe I flubbed something here. Eek, yeah, totally did. So something went wrong with my standard quantity here. We had 4 pounds at the number of units we produced. 4 times 69. I must have typed something wrong in there. No?